One of the most interesting debates in St. Louis sports is who's the greatest football player in our town's history? It usually comes down to two players, Kurt Warner or Marshall Faulk. Tough to argue against either one. Marshall was in town at the MAC for a Rams reunion, and we sat him down for tonight's Sunday Conversation. Put into words what it means to be with the guys again in this 25th anniversary.
It's always special. Anytime that we get together, you just see the bond and the camaraderie with the guys. We're happy to see each other. It's like one big reunion, and it's literally takes us back to being in the locker room, being on the practice field, and just all the fun and good times that we had that year.
What did Dick Vermeil mean to you?
It's one of those weird, wacky relationships, because what he means to me is what he means to everybody. He's not just a coach, but he's a guy who really cares about your well-being, not just on the field but off the field, and he wants you to do well in life. And he was a hard coach, but he was a guy who cried at the same time. He just cared. He cares so much for the guys that he coached.
I get the impression you and Mike Martz were really tight.
Yeah. Mike and I, just on the creative side, we understood each other, and he knew how to stroke my ego, and I knew how to stroke his. And I'm gonna say, of all the coaches that I ever had coach me, whether it was offensive coordinator, he and I, we never had a difference of opinion. Like we always thought the same, felt the same about whatever it was, and the communication was like A1 with he and I.
When did you know that season that, hey, this is gonna work? Because the Rams had not won, and you had not won in Indianapolis. When did you know?
We didn't know. No, nobody knew. Now, here's what we knew. We knew we had something special. And I think what happens is, when you don't know, you continue to work hard and you continue to put the effort in, understanding that once you get to the playoffs, you can lose and it can be over. And we wanted to make sure it wasn't over. So we didn't know. We weren't sure. But what we were sure about was that we were going to be ready, we were going to play hard, and we were going to fight to the end.
How about Kurt, and when did you know that he was really special?
We found out throughout the year. You know, when he came in, when Trent went down and he stepped up, it was like, okay, all right, that's good. And then, you know, we win the division, and okay, that's good. And then we win a playoff game, okay, that's good. And now we're in the Super Bowl. You never really know until you win. And once we won, it was like, hey man, that's a heck of a feat. Such a heck of a feat that the story is so great, you do a movie about it. You don't do a movie about you knew it.
I'm wondering, since nobody knows what it's like to do what you do, did you have the moves choreographed before, or it was all instinctive and like right spur of the moment move?
Some choreographed, some instinct. Just playing football. You know, when you grow up, you know, playing football on the concrete or on dirt fields, getting tackled ain't fun. And I was somebody who, beyond getting tackled, I didn't want people to touch me at times. So a lot of the things that I did was in lieu of games that we played as kids, things that I did as kids. And I transitioned that over into the professional football game.
I'm not going to ask you to say that you're better than Jim Brown, but in terms of being an all-purpose back, you think you're the best to ever play in the league?
I mean, if you ask me, I'm going to say yes, and only because I saw some other guys do it. I saw Roger Craig. I saw Thurman Thomas. You know what I'm saying? When you see guys before you, Larry Sanders catching balls. You know what I'm saying? You understand Ronnie Harmon. You see these guys, and they kind of paved the way for me. And then once the league kind of became, okay, we're going to throw the ball, and I made myself the position and the position available, it became a thing.
How about your life? It's about to change dramatically. Assistant coaches work really hard. Are you ready to put in the hours in Colorado?
You know what, man? I've raised kids. I've stayed away from coaching because coaching keeps you away from your kids. And I spent so much time playing football that I missed a lot of my kids' lives in their early years. And I tried to make it up on the back end, but you can't make up time. And so My youngest is getting ready to go to college, so I can go back to college and at least start coaching there and see what I have to offer to make sure, to help, not make sure, but help some of these young men get to the next level the proper way.
Final thought, there's going to be somebody at this banquet, somebody young that never got to see you play. Let's say that young person asked the dad, who's Marshall Faulk? What would you want the dad to say?
A guy who was committed, that respected the game, loved the game, and left the game a better place than it was before he got there.